So many of you may know or don't know, they just dropped the third part of the Genocide Code story, which is a good thing because the first two didn't really give us too much information. But what I found interesting is that they actually showed the first part of the story that has the Zero guy, or the guy wearing what looked to be a Zero outfit. And during the story, he actually says his name is Zero.
Who is this man calling himself Zero? Ladies and gentlemen,
Zero?
the scene down
What do
here
you
is
mean,
not
like
to be
nothing?
So I was thinking, okay, now we know for sure this guy's name is Zero. I thought I would spend some time speculating on his actual identity, behind the mask, because anyone can wear the costume and don the title of Zero. But who actually is this masked warrior? Now, obviously, when the rest of the story comes out, or maybe in this part it's revealed, although I highly doubt that, they're going to tell us later on who he is. But it's still fun to speculate until then with, some thoughts. And then once they reveal it, we can reflect on it and see if I was right or wrong. So the first thing we should talk about in terms of the identity of the masked warrior, Zero, is that he's very tall. So some of the tall characters in Geass include Guilford, Gino, Charles, Schneisel. Now, of those four possible candidates, Charles seems the most likely of them, since he actually has a connection to Geass. Although, if you notice, the character is quite thin, and Charles, isn't thin. So if it was Charles, it'd be Charles from the past, which seems really contrived and probably not the case. So it's probably none of those characters. Now, it could be Lelouch, and here's why. If you watch the intro animation to the story, you'll notice that Al is shorter than Lelouch, and he's also shorter than what we now know as Zero. And I think it's roughly the same difference. It's possible it's a little bigger between Lelouch and Al than it is, not Al and Lelouch, Zero and Al. So it's possible that it could be Lelouch since there is a clear height difference. One quick correction as I'm watching the footage again, it actually appears that Al and Lelouch are roughly the same height. So it's possible when you see the other image of Al jumping at Zero, they also could be the same height. It's just the perspective appears as if he's shorter than Zero. It doesn't really disprove the theory that it could still be Lelouch, but I think I got the height situation between two characters incorrect. However, the rest of the analysis is still complete. Is a side note that I thought about while I was recording this video and editing it. The other thing to consider, though, is the fact that Lelouch is not athletic. He's also not really talented in fighting, actual hand-to-hand combat. So if this is Lelouch, it's from a different dimension or time period or something like that else, an alternate universe. Because Lelouch, we know, wouldn't stand a chance in any fight. And this guy who is Zero, he's pretty qualified. So it's probably not Lelouch, but I want to throw it out there. The next person it could be is Suzaku, since Suzaku did take the title of Zero at the end of Code Geass Revolution Rebellion R2. He also is pretty qualified to use a sword. Actually, he's talented in it. Just ask Lelouch. But more importantly, if you look at the sword that he used against Bismarck, it's actually quite similar to the one he used in the intro. Now, obviously, the color of the hilt is different, but the design is similar, so Suzaku is definitely comfortable using the weapon. Although I don't know if the heights match up, but either way, it could work. Now, it could also be Dash from Reign of Darkness. This is obviously a reach, but the outfit is something of the past, so maybe Dash could be the character since it has like a Lelouch. He's kind of like Lelouch. Sort of. I got a whole video about it if you're interested. The point is that because he is from the past and the outfit kind of resembles an older time period, even though it has like a modern look to it, it is possible it could be Dash from Reign of Darkness, although I'm not sure if you want to have the big reveal for your character to be someone from an obscure manga that nobody read, for honestly good reasons. It has a lot of problems. I already did a video on it if you're curious. Okay, so if it's not Dash, if it's not Lelouch, if it's not Suzaku, or someone else from R2, who else could it be? Or even R1 as well. Well, I have another gotcha possibility, and that is Al himself. It is very possible that this character is Al from the future, and that's why he's, taller than him. Because it'd be a nice gotcha if, hey, the whole time you were actually fighting yourself. I've seen in other shows like Yu-Gi-Oh! 5D, so it could be that as well. Another possibility, it could be an immortal. Maybe U2 from Reign of Darkness, although I thought he gave his code to Dash. So maybe not him, but maybe someone else who's an immortal. It could be a new character altogether. I assume at some point this Zero character will be playable in the game, so we'll find out more about him at that point. But those are just some of my thoughts on who this guy could be. Obviously, we don't know for sure, and I'm curious to hear what your thoughts on it as well. And I hope to get through the stories with you guys to find out who the character is. It was cool, though. We finally got to see him in action and learn his identity as Zero, which I think people already knew, but it was good they finally revealed that. Anyway, that's all I got for you guys. Thanks for watching. Like the video if you liked it. Subscribe if you're new. Also, check out my Discord server. I just started it literally last week. I want to get as many people as possible to have awesome conversations. And as I always say, the world is not a dark place, and tomorrow will be a good day. Thanks for watching.